Hello and welcome, my name is Kyle for the win and welcome to another Call of Duty Modern Warfare video. Yes, my voice is back for the most part. I still have a little bit of phlegm still in my throat somewhere, but nonetheless, my voice is not as terrible as it was when I recorded this again for the third time, or for the second time, sorry. This is the third time I'm going to be recording this video. And this is my updated Piccadilly map guide video. I saw a lot of comments on my previous map guide video that I probably jumped the gun a little bit too early on that map because it was literally the day the game came out, and I'll be honest with you guys, I didn't know the map super well. Obviously, I'm going to be repeating some things in this video, but I'm also going to be putting a lot of new things that I've discovered as I've played this map, as I've had more experience on it, because I have played on this map probably maybe the second most out of every map on the game. Well, I guess fourth most technically, because of course the beta maps I've played the most. So anyways, let's go ahead and jump into this. As you can see here, this is the overview of the map. As you can see here, I am on the Legion spawn point right here. And then on the bottom left hand side of your screen, that is where the Coalition will spawn. Although they spawn a little bit above that, they don't actually spawn in that little lower alleyway. They actually kind of spawn right below the bus. So that's just something to be aware of. There's a couple other spawn points in other parts of the map, which I will get to here in a minute. But let's go ahead and just start off with, the first thing you can do and the first kind of strategy you can do here on this map. So starting off from the spawn, you can immediately, when you spawn, you can go right and head over here into this building, and this can give you a very nice flanking route over through here into the winery, and kind of just gets you away from all the crap that will happen in the middle of the map, which I'll cover here in a minute. And if you really want to, you can even flank all the way over to here, which will get you lines of sight over there to enemies over there, get you lines of sight to enemies that are coming out of the library, and will even get you enemies that are coming out of there, over there, and that's pretty much it. So it's a really effective way to kind of just get a really quick flanking route, especially if you're playing modes like Domination or TDM or Kill Confirmed and stuff like that. Even S&D, if you want to get a really nice flank route in S&D, you can kind of just come over here and just get those nice kills by going around the enemy instead of running straight through the middle, which I will go ahead and talk about right now. Of course, this is another way that you can get through here. You can also go through this area if you want to. So as you saw, I ran from here all the way through here. But if you want to, you can always run through from here all the way to here if you really want to do that. That's also a possibility. But be aware that enemies can be over there head glitching. Enemies can be coming from the buses right here, and enemies can be all the way over there again head glitching on that little thing right there, and over there in the library, which is actually a shootable area. Here, honestly, this is just kind of a good way to get to over there, and if you want to, it'll also get you a nice little way up here as well. So let's go ahead and talk about this bus really quick. This bus is a very good spot, in all honesty. Actually, it's not a very good spot, but it is a good spot nonetheless, because if you're here in the bridge, you can kill enemies that are coming from that way. You can kill enemies that are coming from over there by the fountain. Kill enemies that are over there by that little room over there where I'm shooting right now, and from the buses as well as over there. But be aware that just because I'm standing here doesn't mean I'm completely safe. I can easily get shot from all those directions where I just pointed at. But if you crouch, you can mount your gun here as well, and if you go over here to this part of the bus, you can also be crouched and get kills over there. And obviously they'll be able to see you. Enemies that are over there by the buses will be able to see you, but odds are that you'll have a little bit more cover here, which is just great in this game because you can get shot from so many angles and you die so fast that it's really good to kind of not be seen from a lot of angles. Talking about here for a minute, up here, this is called the scaffolding, and this is a very dangerous part of the map in all honesty. So what you can do, of course, is you can mount right here, kill enemies that are coming from the buses. That's actually where the B domination flag is now. They actually changed it between the fountain and it used to be on the fountain, and now they moved it over here to the buses, which is a genius move in my opinion, because now you can easily defend the B objective from up here, and you can mount on this. You can't mount on this side, unfortunately, which is a little bit weird. Actually, you can. Never mind. I lied. Although, as you can see here, I really don't have a very good vantage point on any of the enemies, especially up there, which I'll talk about in just 2 seconds. I can't get to that building right here, which I'll talk about right now. So what I didn't know in my Piccadilly map guide, as I said, it was the day the map came out, or the day the game came out, that building where I'm shooting right now actually is where enemies can be. So as I said, if you want to mount on this pole right here, you cannot kill the enemy up there. So if you want to kill the enemy up there, either peek out this way and kill them like that, or go down here, mount on this, and then kill the enemy up there. So that's something I didn't even know existed at the time when I made the first map guide. Now you can go all the way around if you want to, kill enemies that are over there, but be aware that you can get shot from the side, from up there, down there, and from the buses, as well as behind the car, and even over there by that little red barrier. And you can also go over here, mount your gun, and get kills over there as well. So this is one of the overviews of the map. So it's pretty effective area. In all honesty, it can give you a nice line of sight on all of the enemies that are kind of on the map. So now we can go ahead and talk about this. There is one of these things on each of the sides of the map, and they're very, very good mounting positions. So if an enemy is spawning over there, I can kill them. If they're head glitching behind this truck or this Jeep, I can kill them from there as well. And if I want to, I can mount on here and kill the enemies that are right there as well. So it's, again, a very effective strategy to get to just kind of play the spawn and get a lot of kills. Now, talking about the library here for a second, this is a nice little route to get over to the coalition spawn. As you can see here on the mini map, they will spawn in this white building, obviously on the other side of that, so you have to be very careful here. But again, it's a very good place to kind of get around the enemies and kind of get some flanking routes, as well as kill enemies that are over there and stuff like that, so it's super cool as well. Here, this really isn't much, honestly. I mean, you could sit up here if you really wanted to. If you know enemies are coming, it's kind of a nice place to sit. But in all honesty, I wouldn't recommend sitting up here that much because you can easily die. I mean, I've had many times where I've just walked in, thrown a grenade up there, moved away, and got a nice little kill. So honestly, I wouldn't spend too much time up here. Obviously, in the campaign mission, you could go right through this door and get up there, but unfortunately, you can't do that on this map. But it's probably good that you can, because it would just even mess up the flow even more of the map. Back here is another area that you can get into. There's a door here. I honestly don't know why this part of the map exists. There's really no point to it, in all honesty. The only time I've ever seen an enemy down here was in a YouTube video of someone camping in free-for-all. So, in all honesty, wouldn't spend too much time in here. This building is kind of just a way to get through to the other side of the spawn, because if enemies spawn on the other side, down where that little alleyway is, let me just get out of the doorway because it's going to keep ringing if I don't. You know, that big building where the coalition spawn is, if I had a face cam, I'd point it out to you, or, you know, if I was a good editor, I would point it out to you. But basically, the building right here, enemies will spawn on the other side of that building. So if you're right here, enemies sometimes like to run through here. So you can just take them out pretty easily from this building. But again, I'll talk about it when I get to that building over there. But be really careful when you run through each and every one of the buildings on this map, because each time you run through this, bam, the alarm goes off. If I run through over here, an alarm goes off again, so enemies will know where you are if you continue to run through that, because they can easily hear you. Now that we're over here, I don't believe that this is a spawn point. It might be, I'm not honestly sure. Again, this is just some more empty space that I don't know why it's here, in all honesty. If they just put a wall from here to there, it would just make this map flow so much better, because I have seen people actually mount behind this car, which is just ridiculous. I mean, it's just so far away from all the action that there's really no point in, staying in here. Again, this building has a headquarters in it. If you're playing modes like headquarters, I think it even has a hard point in it. But I was talking about earlier is that if you are on the Allegiance side and you spawn here, or the Coalition side, sorry, and you spawn here, you can run through this building and get over to the library quickly. But as you can tell, an enemy that's over there can easily kill you, so you have to be really careful coming through here. Keep your sights up and wait for enemies to walk, and just expect enemies to be in the library, especially if it's mid game. And if you're coming through here, be aware of all of this open area around the map. As I said, a sniper that is over there can easily kill you. Someone head glitching on that little blue thing over there, which I showed you earlier, can be head glitching on there. Someone can be head glitching on there. And honestly, if you're going to be coming through here, honestly, either run straight through to the library, or to kind of play your cover wisely here, especially because enemies love to hang out around here. This is another little corner where enemies will like to sit and shoot you in the back, which is super, super annoying, obviously. So again, but they did tune the spawn so they flip a lot quicker than they used to. Honestly, you could easily get spawn trapped on this map before they actually did that. before they actually did that update. Now here is another place that you could go if you're spawning on the coalition side. So if I spawn from the coalition side, I can run through here, go straight down. This is always open every single match you play. Go all the way through here, and then I am now by the buses, which is a very nice place to be in. I'm by the library, yes, but now if there's an enemy camping in the library, I can throw my stun grenade. I can walk through here and kill that enemy that's camping there, and I am a little bit closer to B. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the buses now. We'll go ahead and talk about that building over there last, because for those of you who don't make it this far in the video, I won't tell you the camping spot, although a lot of you guys already know the camping spot because a ton of enemies, every single match I play has enemies camping in that building up there. But let's go ahead and talk about this. So the buses is probably one of the best spots on the map to get to the other side because of there's so much cover. There's only 2 ways to get shot from. One way from there and back here. But although I say that, but there's also a ton of enemies can shoot you from up there, and up there. But it's easy to just know where an enemy is because there's only one way they can be, and it's easy to take them out. Now, if it gets a little hot here, you can go to your left, kill all the enemies that are over there, or you can just fall back here. But in all honesty, coming out here puts you in a very vulnerable position. Wouldn't recommend it too much. Maybe you can head glitch behind here, or you can just run all the way back here, mount on this, and kill enemies over there. And I mean, that's just another option as well. And as I said, B is now here, so this is kind of a very high traffic area of the map, so you have to be very, very careful here. Now, 3 really sneaky things you can do is from these buses is number 1, you can shoot enemies through here. You have to be pretty careful though, but if an enemy is running through here, you can kill them between the bus if you want to, which is really effective. So that's one possible way to do that. The second way to do that is also through here, although it's not really the most effective. I think you can actually get up there. So if there is somebody camping over there and you are at B, and you can kind of just go through this crack, kill the enemy over there, and it is just super, super, super effective. Now, I did get a comment on that other video as well that you can actually lay prone on these buses and actually kill enemies, but I'm not honestly sure exactly which bus he meant. I think it was this one maybe. As you can see, if you can see some enemy feet running through here, you can kill them from there. And I think even over here, if you wanted to, you could take out enemies there. And I think that's pretty much it for this part. The buses, again, very effective. They build a lot of cover for you, so it's super effective. I think you can even lay down here, although I don't think you actually can, so that it will not be able to happen. This does not open, as you can tell. This is not open. This isn't a part of the map. So you can come down here if you want to, but there's really no reason to do that unless you just know that enemies are going to be coming through here constantly. Then you can take them out from there, which is pretty cool. But in all honesty, this is really not a very popular place. I mean, if you really wanted to, you could lay prone and call it a streak, but this is kind of just empty space. Again, I don't know why this isn't just blocked off. Anyways, I digress. It doesn't have too big of an effect pardon me, on the map itself. Now, you can also, if you come from the coalition spawn, we haven't really talked about the second option. We've only talked about the first option. Again, if you want to, you can run all the way straight through here, try and get to that bus right there, but you're going to probably die instantly because, of course, enemies will already be there by the time you get there. So I wouldn't ever recommend you run through the middle of the map on any map you ever play, because it's just super, super risky. Odds are that you're going to get yourself killed, and that's just not fun. So the second option I would recommend you do is you go straight left into the arcade, go over here, crouch, mount your weapon, kill the enemy over there, or you can stand up, kill the enemy over there, or mount on here, kill the enemy over there, and if someone is camping up there already, you can kill them from there as well. So that is another effective strategy. Again, here is the other blue little tent here that you can just kind of mount on and kill enemies. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten streaks when the spawns were not fixed, where enemies would just continue to run through here, and it would just be super easy to get kills on them because of the fact that the spawns didn't flip, so I could just kind of just bait them out and just wait for them to come. Again, now let's talk about this building, which is a very, very popular building, and as I said earlier with the library, what happens when you walk through this building? Boom, alarm goes off, and alarm goes off. So honestly, it's super, super risky trying to rush on this map, unfortunately, because of the fact that there's so many little the alarms that go off constantly just make it so difficult to actually get in this building and kill the campers that are in here, because this is a very popular camping spot. I'm honestly not sure why, but it is. I've seen enemies camp behind here and mount their guns here. I've seen enemies just sit and crouch right here. I've seen plenty of enemies just mount on this and kind of just wait for you to walk by. Again, as I said with quite a few of my later map guides, use your explosives, use your grenades, use everything you can to get the people camping out of here. It's super, super annoying. You get rid of the camper, the map is more fun, the map is more playable. So use your explosives wisely. And that's really the only thing I can recommend enough, or I can't recommend enough, sorry, is just using your explosives to your advantage. Because if you don't, odds are you're going to get killed, you're going to get frustrated, you're going to get annoyed, and you're going to leave. And as a lot of you guys may know, Piccadilly is a map that you either love or hate, and a lot of people hate it. I personally think it's not the worst map in the game. I think there's way worse maps like Euphrates Bridge and, Grasna Raid and stuff like that. But that's just my personal opinion. Obviously, you're entitled to your own opinion. But I don't think that this is the worst map in the game at all. I think there's way worse 6v6 maps. But again, that's what these guys are for, to try and help you. But let's go ahead and talk about the last thing I didn't even know existed when I recorded my first map guide. And that is the fact that this door actually opens. I had no idea that it actually opened. It was right when the game came out. There's no way I could have known. But this door opens, and what you can do is you can come up here and you can camp, of course. The reason that this camping spot is so good is because you can get views to enemies there. You can get enemies over there by the wine cellar. You can get enemies up on the scaffolding. You can get enemies mounting on the buses. You can get enemies that are over there. And if you want to, you can get all the way over here and kill enemies that are over there. And if you're really risky, you're feeling really brave, you can even go across here and get even more of a view over there on enemies. And it's just a really, really overpowered spot. Again, why the buses are so effective is because you can't kill enemies from here if they're by the buses or on the other side of the buses unless they come through here. So that's why I recommend the buses highly, and to just not even bother running through the middle of the map. But I will tell you how to counter this spot. But again, enemies can just sit behind here, kind of mind their own business, watch the grass grow, watch the merchandise kind of move on the shelves, just waiting for an enemy to come by. They love camping here. They love placing their claymores. Again, just be really careful if you're going to come through this building from the stairway. It's very, very risky in all honesty, and I don't recommend going through the stairway at all. So let me show you how to counter this. Also, there's an alarm right here, which just shows the campers that you're coming. So again, another reason to just not even bother with that. So let me show you how to counter this, because again, it's super, super annoying that enemies love to camp up there. So what you can do, you can climb up here. Some of you guys may already know this, but if you didn't, I'm going to show it to you guys. Anyways, you can climb up this ladder, run, jump on here, crouch, throw your tactical or your explosive, come up on here and kill the enemy. Because odds are there's not going to be a claymore here, because some of the enemies don't know that you can actually climb up there. So odds are they'll just plant a claymore. They'll plant both of their claymores down here. So that is the way to counter this spot. I'll show it to you guys one more time. Just jump up here, jump up here, jump up here, throw your tactical or your explosive, and kill the enemy that is camping up here. And it's super, super effective as well. The fountain, to end the video, the fountain, not very useful anymore. Obviously, you can use it as cover if you want, but if I'm here, I can easily get shot from a whole bunch of angles. So honestly, the fountain is kind of useless now that the bee is gone from it, but you can still use it if you want to your advantage. You can, of course, mount on it, but I've honestly never really seen people hang out around the fountain. In all honesty, you kind of just want to stick to the cover out here, because you just erase a whole bunch of lines of sight to get shot from. And then why would I mount on that when I can mount on this and get even more views of enemies coming? And plus, they can see you on the fountain, they can't see you here. So there we go, guys. That is going to do it for my full Piccadilly map guide. Again, it was almost twice as long, actually 3 times as long as my first one, and I think this was a much better, well done guide and helped you guys out more. Obviously, I can't say that. I want you guys to let me know if it helped you out. You can, of course, jump on here if you want to as well. You can jump on all of these arcades. I want you guys to let me know if it helped you out. If it didn't, let me know again, and I will do everything I can to make it better. But you guys have showed so much support on all of my map guides. I mean, all of them have well over 200 views, and I can't thank you guys enough. I really appreciate all of the support. I won't delete the original Piccadilly map guide because it's been doing so well on the channel, but I'll just immediately just immediately put it at the end of the video, this updated one, so for you guys to check out. But anyway guys, that is going to do it for the video. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you are new. I will be back making videos daily. When I was sick, my voice was so dead that I just couldn't make videos for you guys because I just couldn't breathe, or I just couldn't talk very well at all. My voice is still a little bit dead, but obviously, as you can tell, you can actually hear me and I'm not sounding like this. But anyway guys, check out the full playlist down below with all of the map guides. I've covered every single map in the game, including Shoot House. I didn't cover any of the ground war maps because they aren't available in a private match, so I can't cover those. Plus, those would be like an hour-long video to cover, so there's just no way I'm going to cover that, and most of the people have problems with the 6v6 maps anyways. Anyway guys, if you guys have missed any of my previous videos, make sure you check those out, and I will see you guys all in another Call of Duty Modern Warfare video very, very soon.